show. As always, it's Fran, Excel Mindset Coach, helping you find your very own pair of positive pants so you can get out of your own way and live a life that you love. Today's topic is all about perfectionism. Ugh, a lovely big gremlin. So perfectionism is a big mindset gremlin when it comes to getting yourself and your business out there into the big wide world, right? It's a huge thing that I see holding people back in their businesses all the time. I can tell you now, it is a surefire way to never get started, or to just carry on making yourself busy being busy and not actually getting anywhere. So let's call it out for what it actually is. A big fat juicy way to procrastinate. So it's sneaky because it looks like you're being really productive and doing all the things, but you're not. Let's be honest here. You know as well as I do, if you're waiting for something to be perfect, it is never going to get out into the world. But what even is perfect, really? How can something be perfect when perfection is completely relative to the person looking at it? It just doesn't exist. You couldn't achieve something that every single person that laid eyes on it would love in equal measure. It just doesn't happen. Everybody has an opinion, don't we know it? And they're all different. So take Marmite as an example. Ugh. To some people, Marmite is perfection in a jar, right? To me, it is the devil's food, and I can't get far enough away from it. I don't even want to pick up a jar clean from the shelf. Can't bear the stuff. If Marmite had waited for everyone to think it's perfection in a jar before they actually put it out into the world, it would not be the multi-billion-pound product that it is today, would it? Yeah? So why do we chase perfection then? Despite all of the above, we strive and strive and strive and strive for it. But all it really is one big delay tactic for whatever is actually lying underneath that. Perhaps it's a fear of rejection, or a fear of failure, or a fear of success or judgment. Whatever it may be, it's stopping you in your tracks. It's keeping you stuck and it's not letting you move forward. So how do we tackle it? Well, I've given you the first part already. You need to realize and remind yourself that perfection doesn't exist. Okay? The next thing you need to do is just identify what that fear or belief is about you putting yourself and your product out there now. What is that fear? Awareness is half the battle. It's the first point of change. It is where all change comes from. So get really curious and keep asking yourself the question until you find it. What am I afraid of? Okay, I'm afraid of this. Okay, well, what scares me about that? Okay, well, what scares me about that? Keep going until you really get to the crux of what it is. Yeah? The next thing I want you to do is ask yourself where you would be if you just put the thing out there now, and then just tweaked it over time. But it's out there. What could that bring into your life? Is it clients, sales? Would it build authority for you? Would it build your audience? What could it bring into your life? The next question I want you to answer is, do you genuinely ever believe you'll be done? It'll be perfect? Can you see yourself after just one more tweak actually pressing go? So here's the thing. The best way to stop perfectionism is to stop being a perfectionist. Just stop doing it. Catch yourself when you know you're not putting something out there because it's not quite perfect yet, and push the button. Get it live. And tweak it over time. It feels uncomfortable, but when you do this, you train your brain to know that it's okay for things to be done, not perfect. And you'll find new levels of productivity when you can actually let go of that belief. It will get easier and easier, and you'll break the habit of perfectionism and form a new one of actually taking action and tweaking over time. Which one of those two options sounds more fun? So next I want you to just realize how much time you're wasting. Seriously. If you added together all the time you're tweaking, changing, doubting, what else could you have done in that time? What else could already be in your life if you'd pressed go earlier? Yeah, really have a think about that. Now, the next thing is You always need to have a reason why you're doing something. Need to have that in mind to get it done. Connect back to your why. And I roll my eyes when we talk about this, but it's important. So connect back to why you're creating what you're creating. What is the end goal? What will it bring into your life? But also, what difference could it make to someone else's? Yeah? Start taking it outside of you and think about what you put in that thing, that opt-in, lead map, whatever it may be, that course, that teaching that you have, that gift that you have. What difference could that make to someone else's life? Does that shift how you're thinking about putting it out there? It's all about the message. Doesn't matter if it's a mess. Yeah? Who are you delaying helping by not getting it out into the world? So the next thing is, what is the absolute best case scenario for you and for your business if you don't get it done? What's the worst? And then what is the absolute best case scenario if you do get it done for you and your business? What's the worst? Is the worst really that bad? Important questions to ask yourself. So the next one I want you to think about is, what would you tell your bestie? If your friend was the one that's actually delaying getting something awesome out into the world, what would you be saying to them? Yeah, you should probably wait until that's absolutely perfect before you do anything with it. Yeah? And hold on a minute, are we talking my version of perfect or your version of perfect? I'm confused. You see where I'm going here? The bottom line is, once you can understand why you're struggling with perfectionism, understand that perfect doesn't exist, and catch yourself in these moments of awareness, this mindset gremlin is 100% tameable, as they all are. The more you put yourself out there, the easier it gets, and the more you grow in confidence. A lot of the time, it's a fear of rejection. It's a fear of, a feeling of not being confident in it. But that stuff comes with doing the thing. It sounds counterproductive, but that's how this works. That's why I'm always telling you to get out your comfort zone. So you've got to also remember, it's just a reason to delay, and it's holding you back. There will never be the point of perfection that you're happy to put it out into the world, whether it's a product, a program, a lead magnet, or going live on Facebook. That's a huge one. I see people waiting. Oh, I need to have the perfect script, and I need to have the perfect graphic to promote it. No, you don't. I don't. I never promote it. I just hope people like to turn up, Waiting and striving for perfection is a surefire way to keep yourself stuck right where you are. But it is totally sortable. So if you know that this is something that's holding you back, then genuinely the Proactive Pants Mastermind could be perfect for you. We will be able to identify all this behavior in the moment and move you past it. You're never a week away from a problem. We take things week by week. We work out what the underlying fear is, and we move you forwards with me in your corner and the rest of the amazeballs ladies that are already in the group, already pushing past this stuff and having incredible wins left, right, and center. So if you know that now is the time to start changing things for yourself and you want to explore this further, have any questions or just want some accountability, make sure you're doing the things, then please book in a free discovery call so we can see what needs to happen to get you from where you're at right now to the amazing, successful business owner lady that we all know you can be. All the details are going to be below. And I really hope to see you on the other side, because perfectionism is another one of those gremlins. It's super, super easy to get through when you know how. And when you start challenging those thought behaviors, and then you can get through and do the thing and have the amazing, successful business that you want. So that is it for me. And as always, I will see you next week. Bye.